Hello my darlings, and thank you for watching. I will give another talk soon on the importance of sheds in the life of a married man. Now for those of you who do not live in Australia, you may not realize what a shed is. A shed is not a garage, it is not a place where you keep a car. A shed is a place in your garden where you keep tools. That's what you tell your wife, but actually it is your sanctuary as a married man. But I will talk about that another time. Now I wish to give you a demonstration of the importance of sheds, and I will talk about a celebrity event, an event which everyone in the world has heard about and knows what the consequences were, and my argument will be how different the outcome might have been if it had a shed. The celebrity is the former great golfer Mr. Tiger Woods, the greatest golfer of his time, and possibly he would have become the greatest golfer of all time. Now, as we know now, Mr. Woods apparently had a problem with keeping his trousers on when he went to other tournaments in other countries. We can perhaps imagine the scenario, huh? He arrives at the airport and there to meet him is an impossibly gorgeous woman. And the woman says, "Hello, Mr. Woods. I'm an events organizer and I have magnificent breasts." And Woods would have looked at her and said, "My darling, it is absolutely wonderful to meet the three of you." And this would have happened in country after country. And silly man that he was, he never thought to himself, well, what is going to happen when my wife finds out? Because of course the wife always does find out. So let us imagine Tiger Woods' residence, huh? Early in the morning one day, and Woods is confronted with an apparition that chills him to the very core of his being, because there, standing in front of him, is his extremely gorgeous and now extremely berserk Swedish wife, who is holding a 3-iron like it is a Louisville Slugger. Now, at a moment like this, there is nothing to say. You are now going to react instinctively. You will either fight or you will flee. In this case, at least, Woods made a very good decision. He decided to flee, because if he had decided to stay and fight, he would almost certainly have been hacked to pieces. There is not a husband on this planet, I don't care how big and strong he is, who can possibly hope to defeat a truly berserk wife, especially when she is armed with a weapon. So Woods decides to flee. So what does Woods do? He grabs the car keys. Wrong. First mistake. But then perhaps we can forgive him. He is after all an American, and he lives in Los Angeles. And as any of you would know, if you have been to Los Angeles, no one walks anywhere in Los Angeles. If you want to go to your corner store, you hop in your car and you drive 200 meters down to the corner store, you buy what you want, and then you drive back again. So Woods instinctively goes for the keys. And he's thinking, if he is possible of thinking of anything, because believe me, if this horror should ever happen to any of you husbands out there, you will be in a state of panic that you cannot even begin to imagine. So Woods grabs the keys and thinks, if I can get to my car, if I can get out the driveway, I might be okay. But of course he has not thought this through. And he is now in a state of panic that he cannot imagine. So his hands are shaking as he tries to get the key in the door and then the key in the ignition. And in the meantime, his totally berserk wife is doing a very good job of rearranging all the panels on his car and smashing in the window. Now possibly what Woods could have done, which might have worked, is he could have run out the door, run out the driveway, and just kept running. Because we know that Woods was a very strong and fit man. And it is possible that after 25-30 kilometers his wife might have started to tire, and then he might have got away. Although if Woods had done that, and his wife was thinking properly, she would have said, "Aha!" And she would have run back into the house, grabbed another set of car keys, and run the bastard over. She would have got no more than 5 years for this. Maybe less if she had O.J. Simpson's lawyers, huh? So, Woods, instead of this, if it had a shed, he would have run straight away into his shed and locked the door. Now, mind you, his wife, who is probably now totally berserk, would have demolished any conventional shed within maybe 1 minute. Maybe what he would have needed was something like we used to make in the old days, a concrete bunker with walls about 2 foot thick. That would have lasted him at least an hour. So if he'd run into his concrete bunker, locked the steel door, gone to his emergency mobile phone, or cell phone if you're an American, he could have phoned up his manager. And maybe the manager could have got him out somehow, maybe with a helicopter, who knows. But as it is, as we know, this did not happen. Woods went into his car, started the car, mashed the gears into reverse, stomped on the accelerator and promptly drove straight into a fire hydrant. And now you look at Woods now. He is a broken man. He may win one or two more tournaments, but never again will he be the force that he was. His opponents no longer fear him, and he has all these weird physical problems that are all psychosomatic because his spirit has been crushed, all because he did not have a shed.